we can say that she's in the middle of some sort of a literal crisis. I'm almost starting to feel bad, bro. Like this is getting pretty brutal, pretty gnarly. Are you ready to take a look at this, bro?
Oh, dude, I was born ready.
All right, let's take a look, guys. This is from the bonus show. Cenk seems beyond disturbed at this point as well. Can only imagine what he has to deal with behind the scenes. But oh, holy shit, guys, get ready for this one.
From this clip over from the great people at the Vanguard, we have what I'll choose to call a fireworks show today. Anna Kasparian, the longtime co-host of the Young Turks, is this close to completely losing it on air. And not in a small way. She literally said she might not belong on TYT anymore, live in front of Cenk Uygur. This meltdown is absolutely next level, so without spoiling anything, let's get into this clip where I'll of course be giving you my unfiltered take.
We have a problem with Cenk is that Trump said this accident happened because of DEI, so he automatically blamed black and brown people. Where was your outrage at that racism? I think it was in the story. I said that he shouldn't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
No, it's okay, Anna. It's okay. Sometimes, look.
No, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything else we said in the segment doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like people are just gonna hear what they want to hear. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. But go ahead.
Hold on.
As mentioned, a fireworks show. We are quite literally watching a full-scale ideological breakdown happen live. I mean, this is what happens when you spend years in a leftist echo chamber where every slight disagreement feels like a betrayal. Look, she's not losing her mind because people are attacking her. She's losing her mind because she's realizing she might not be one of them anymore. She's realizing that the left, her own audience, doesn't actually want nuance or independent thought. They want dogmatic obedience. And the second you step even slightly out of line, they turn on you. So now she's spiraling. She's realizing that maybe, just maybe, she's been on the wrong side of this culture war for years, and that is a tough pill to swallow.
Look, let me do a thing here. And guys, everybody else that wrote in, I love you, and I wish I had time to read it because it was so important and interesting. But let me use the time here to say something else. I talked to my sister the other day, and she had talked to some of her friends that are non-political, totally non-political, okay? And
very credible source.
But they watch MSNBC, and they watch cable news, they watch mainstream media. They don't go online at all, okay? And they're also scared to death. They think that Trump is gonna come and round up Democrats in New Jersey and put them into camps. Like, bruh. And what I underestimate.
Bruh.
One, my first beef with that, before he even got into the first, like, who doesn't use the internet? Oh, so your sister's friends who are ostensibly, what, 55-year-old women? So how old are you if you're 55? You were born in 1970. Do you really think there are people walking around this earth that were born in 1970 that don't know how to use the internet? These are people who were 30 in the year 2000. Okay, it might not be their primary news source, but to act like these people, they're never online. They don't even know what a cell phone is. These people, they don't even know what's a home computer. Do I still have to dial up? This is not a real, anecdote. This seems totally fabricated to me on the surface already.
Was how much people believed, whether it's shows online or MSNBC. Because MSNBC is talking about, the camps, and Trump's gonna kill us all, and et cetera, right? So it doesn't mean you shouldn't be concerned about the things Trump is actually doing. As we're telling you, Gitmo's a bad idea. The birthright citizens.
What's Gitmo, Cenk? Oh, a camp where 30,000 motherfuckers are gonna go?
It was nonsense, on and on and on and on, right? But part of what it's causing is this like emotional and psychological trauma to Democrats across the country, the entire left-wing spectrum, right? Because the media has convinced them that they're about to get rounded up. Don't do that. Fight the things that are real, but don't get yourself in like this stress ball thinking that he's gonna round you up any second.
Bro, it's crazy because he literally is trying to expand the definition of the people that he can round up. He's trying to shrink the definition of who is actually a legitimate, right? Legal American. All of it sounds like fucking crazy to say out loud. But basically, he's trying to roll back birthright citizens. He's trying to roll back visas for people who are already here legally. Those people will then be deported. Those people have every right to be worried about what's going to happen to them, where they're going to go. Imagine if you were born here, you're worried about both of your parents being deported because they weren't born here. Where are you going to go? You speak English. Your Spanish is okay. You've never been to El Salvador or wherever the hell they're talking about threatening to send you and your family back to. You don't know how you're going to make a living there. You don't know if you're going to starve. You don't know if your family's going to be in immediate jeopardy, right? You telling those people that they shouldn't be afraid is crazy. Okay, it's far crazier than the people who are actually very nervous.
Yeah, specifically because Cenk himself correctly identified Trump as a Hitlerian figure and correctly identified MAGA as a Hitlerian movement like 8 months ago when he was running for president. So when he wanted to make it a campaign talking point that my opposition is Hitlerian, he was all for it. He was completely down to scream that at the top of his lungs on any podcast that would have him. Now, for whatever reason, he wants to make you feel like you're an idiot and gaslight you for having similar concerns.
Guys, if
I don't know if I belong here anymore. Like, I'm going to just keep it real, Cenk. I don't know if I belong anymore. I don't. Because people want propaganda. They do. They want propaganda.
But our
and
audience
I don't want to do propaganda.
Look at 90.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Anna finally gets it. The left doesn't want nuance. They want straight up propaganda. And the funniest part, that's exactly what TYT has been doing for years. It's like a drug dealer complaining that people are addicted. Lady, you helped build this audience. You trained them to expect radical leftist talking points. And now when you try to inject a little reality, they reject you. What did you think was gonna happen?
% of the comments saying, attaboy, we love that you're doing honesty, we like the nuance, etc. That's why if you're a member right now, and remember, the folks who didn't like that already left. Okay, like.
Did they?
No, they did, Anna. Look, new members come in all the time.
I'm sorry. People will be angry and call this maybe misogynistic coded. I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in like a paternal daughter kind of a way. Doesn't it seem like he's talking down a 12-year-old that's like had enough with the day? It's like, my life's going to be over. I didn't make the soccer team. Like, nobody's ever going to want to be my friend again. Everybody hates me and my life is miserable. And then it's the dad that has to be reassured and be like, no, honey, you have plenty of friends. Your family loves you. You could play soccer for the joy of playing soccer. You know what I mean? It literally sounds like a father talking to his distressed child.
Oh, yeah. And if you're an adult talking to a fellow adult in this tone of voice, there's a good chance you're dealing with someone who's just not stable. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you guys can relate if you ever found yourself at a point in time where you're literally trying to like talk someone down from the tree or whatever. And you're like, hey, like, I know that you're in the middle of something right now, but you need to call. Like, yeah, that person's probably not 100% stable. They probably are spiraling a little bit. And that's exactly what Cenk is having to do here, not only to his friend, but in public, in front of an audience of thousands of people. So it's extra humiliating and insane.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Completely agree with that point. Cenk is totally talking to her like a dad trying to calm his emotional teenage daughter. It's okay, sweetie. People still love you. You have friends. You can still play soccer. And here's the thing. If you're an adult and another adult has to talk to you like this just to keep you from spiraling, maybe you need to take a long, hard look at your life choices. It might just be a sign.
Yeah. And there's some folks who still object or who are still worried, etc., but they're still here. And we've been attacked 2,000 times. And recently, we had about 1,000 of the 2,000 happen all at once and all from our own side. And they're still here, right? So I love those guys. I love all of you out there who had enough faith to stay here, even if sometimes you question us, even if you don't even agree with us on this, but at least you're open-minded enough and patient enough to hear us out to see who's right, who's wrong, what makes sense and not. So, and Anna, at the same time, hold on.
Where's the disagreement? No, you hold on. Where is the disagreement though? Seriously, because if I shared anything that was inaccurate, then I want to correct that inaccurate reporting. The problem that and by the way, it's obviously not everyone in the audience. I'm specifically referring to the critics. The criticism is that I had the audacity to even fact check Donald Trump on his claims about the hiring practices, previously for air traffic controllers. I'm not supposed to mention that, right? Because that would go against the kind of propaganda that people are expecting.
What's crazy is that she's not even correct about that. The FAA hiring language was the same under Donald Trump's first term. So when she says, look at it, it actually does have some discriminatory things in here. Yeah, that was the same way under Donald Trump, and it didn't have all to do with why those planes crashed. You know why those planes crashed? They crashed because they were understaffed and the fucking towers did not have the proper people making sure that the planes don't fucking run into each other. Do you know why we have air traffic controllers, Anna? Because there are no street signs in the sky. There are no stoplights. There are no roads. Okay, you have to have somebody that's like, hey man, you can't fucking fly around here because we have incoming planes landing at this airport all the time. Okay, and when you say, I think we could cut some corners and save some cash if we had less guys in this air traffic control tower because not that many people use it, guess what? You're going to have planes that crash when they're private planes, just like the one we just saw last night in Philadelphia, because it was a private medical staff and a patient, and they all went down in fucking flames because guess what? Wasn't enough money in making sure that that was safe.
Yeah, 100%. Also, it's just crazy the level at which Anna is bitching and moaning about her job continually on an almost daily basis now at the Young Turks. Like, do I even belong here? All this critics and my audience. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Anna is constantly whining about how tough it is to be a leftist on a leftist show with a leftist audience. Imagine if Ben Shapiro went on the Daily Wire and started crying about how conservatives were too mean to him. He'd get laughed off the internet. But when Anna does it, we're supposed to feel bad? Nope, sorry. I mean, if you hate it so much, just quit, which I think she might. Well, there you have it, folks. I think Anna is spiraling pretty hard, and honestly, I would not be shocked if she actually leaves TYT soon. Of course, as always, I would love to hear what you guys think. I think this is a pretty big shift. I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. If you think she's actually going to quit, or if this is all just a show, let me know down in the comments. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and of course, we'll see you in the next one.